Hey there, guys. It's Lori. How you doing? So today I have a really serious subject I want to talk about. I want to talk about deception. Remember, I think it was Rush. Welcome to the grand illusion. Come on in, see what's happening. That's where we are, okay? Now, we are in, my cat's staring at me. She's watching me. I love you, baby. She's probably hungry. There's food on the ground, though, on the floor. I always keep their dry food out. Anyway, I know people disagree with that. That's what I do. Anyway, grand illusion. There is a grand illusion. We are living in a grand illusion. There are different theories out there right now where people think that we're, jumping into parallel universes. Some people think that we are living in an actual matrix. Some people think that the world actually got destroyed, that it did end, and we are living in a different consciousness. All of these things sound like way out there, but if you can put on spiritual eyes and see what's going on, almost all of these theories, it's like, okay, I can see where you got that. I might not agree with it, but I can see it. It doesn't look absolutely insane. Maybe back 20 years ago, I would have said that's insanity. Back 20 years ago, I was living in a massive deception. And let me tell you something about the New Age movement. And I'm saying the New Age movement, but there are many. The New Age movement only it covers so many different things. It's not like you can say the New Age movement is equivalent to, say, Christianity, because it's not. Or some other like religion or whatever. It's not. It covers so many different belief systems fall into that. It's actually not new at all. It's old. It's been here since the beginning of time. So anyway, recently people have felt the effects of the shift. I mean, I've been talking to people. I just talked to somebody yesterday who has no concept of any of this stuff. She just lives day to day, but she's having some really bizarre experiences. Her friend was talking about the dark cloud. That's all. We're all undergoing this, okay? And either you know what it is and you still are trying to figure it out, or you don't know what it is. There are some that aren't feeling it at all, that are walking around in their bliss. They think they're on the higher ground. They think, pride comes before the fall. I would watch that, because I tend to say if somebody's going through like absolute bliss, I tend to think, what's going on with you in your spirit? You know what I'm saying? I haven't said anything in this video yet, have I? I'm trying to get to the point. There's so much inside of me, and it's really hard to get to the point. So I'll be right back. Okay, so basically, what I want to say is there is evil. So when the veil got thinner, not only did it get thinner, I think there are like holes and negative entities more than normal got through. The spirit of Jezebel is running rampant all over the place. Very difficult spirit to see for some. Very clear for others of us. But basically, it's the spirit of manipulation. It can be a male or a female. It's usually associated with a female because of Jezebel, but it can be male too. It's a spirit of manipulation. It's a spirit that comes in and as presents itself as loving and caring and all of that, and then totally manipulative, and that's everywhere, right? If that has affected you personally or come within your family or within your bubble, you know it, because it absolutely destroys. Now, all of these negative energies destroy. That's what they're there for. People are talking about having dark clouds over their head. They're talking about and I'm not talking about just, life happens. It always has. I mean, people always go through negative stuff, but it's like really bizarre stuff, one thing after another. And people are saying, what the heck is going on? I have heard so many people say, have I been cursed? Yeah, basically, but it's not just you, is what I'm saying. Anybody who is seeking truth, anybody who is truly seeking truth, okay? And one thing I want you to know is you'll know them by their fruits, okay? So going back to this whole movement of spirituality, you got to be really careful, because some people that say they're spiritual but not religious, I get what they're saying, because the spirit of religion is also a negative entity. True religion is this: helping the widows and the orphans, and assisting your fellow man. That's what it says in the book of James, okay? And Jesus left us with these two commandments that says covers the law entirely. Love the Lord your God with all your mind, heart, body, and spirit, and love one another. Okay? So if you're in this movement of deception that says everything is love, there is no evil, if something negative happens, you either brought it on yourself by negative thinking, or it's part of your karma, or it's something that you have to learn, so leave it alone. That is just an excuse not to help people. It's a great deception. It also lets you off the hook for adultery, for anything that you want to do, that even goes against universal law, because hey, everything is love and it all happens for a reason. And if somebody gets hurt in the interim, I'm sorry about that. Maybe that's part of their path. This is the mindset. And I'm sorry, some of you may not agree, but think about it. It lets you off the hook for whatever you want to do. Now, true love, if you're really walking with God, you can't let somebody suffer and not do something about it. Now, maybe you can't give money. Maybe you can't give time, but you will find something to do, and you certainly will not take advantage of the situation. Okay? Maybe you'll just give a hug. I mean, whatever it is, but you will find something to do. You will be on your knees praying. You will be doing whatever it is. Because anybody who's walking, seeking truth, that's awake. So there are three types of people. There are those that are sleeping. Absolutely sleeping. They go to work, they come home, they watch TV, they go to the baseball game, they do whatever. They have no clue what's going on. None at all. They don't even think about it. And they are willfully sleeping. They see anybody who talks about anything like this is kind of nuts, and that's it. Those people are sleeping, and they choose not to wake up. There are those that are waking up, they're very vulnerable to the point of following the Great Deception, because it all sounds good and there's this much truth in it. Because the law of attraction is a law. It's true. It really works. Okay? But if you're under somebody learning the law of attraction is only for you, like, not, and I don't mean only for you. I mean, they'll say, no, everybody can do it. But if you're doing it just to get money, just to, you know, I don't know. If you're actively working the law of attraction and it's for selfish reasons, you're falling for the deception. If you're looking at somebody going through a hard time and saying, well, they must be thinking negatively, they need the law of attraction, you're falling for deception. Because yes, there is a law of attraction, and absolutely that's how it works. I talk to people all the time about how energy works, and how we need to detach from something because we're actually blocking it. I mean, there's all different kinds of things we can do. Negative thinking, that's why the enemy is always trying to get us to think negative, because it will bring about negative. Like attracts like, all of that. But there's also forces out there that we fight, spiritual battle. If you don't believe that and you think it's all, positive thinking, then I'm sorry, you've fallen for a delusion, not just an illusion, a delusion. Okay? This actually makes me so upset because, like I said, it lets you off the hook. I don't have to help anybody. I don't have to care about anybody, because we all got our own walk. We all have our own walk. We all live in this world. We're all hopefully seeking truth. Okay? And I didn't finish. Okay, so the sleeping, those that are waking up, and those that are awake. Okay? And some who believe to be that they're awake, they're actually walking in this fog of delusion. So I guess there's four types, and I'm telling you, that's everywhere. So love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, body, and spirit. Love one another. How do you love one another? How do you walk in love? People say, don't judge me. You hear it all the time, right? Bumper sticker Christians. We're all God's children. I'm not a bumper sticker Christian, okay? You walk in love. And walking in love means walking in truth. Sometimes the truth hurts. And I'm not saying to go around and, ream people out. No, but you walk in truth. You walk in love. To walk in truth and love means to be able to talk truth to people, to be able to share the truth in a loving spirit, we are all, not one of us is perfect. So I'm not saying to walk around, in arrogance and say, hey, I know everything and you are wrong. No, that's not walking in love. It's not walking in love to judge somebody and say, oh, you are absolutely wrong and you're condemned. No, we share the good news. We share the news about the God that we have, the God that we worship, that yes, you can call forth that which is not. You can, and it's not just positive thinking. There's so much more than positive thinking. Because there are negative entities out there that are going to try to get you a couple of different ways. They're going to try to get you to turn from God, to believe that you are all that in a bag of chips and you can do whatever you want and it doesn't matter and there's no such thing as God's law and whatever, you just do whatever you want. And so he'll get you that way to fall, like tempt you to do things that in your heart of hearts, because God said that he wrote in our conscience. We can't even really trust our conscience, because that's kind of it depends on, some people think depending on how they were raised, their conscience might not get them, but God says that he wrote his law on our hearts. So there is an innate knowing that we all have. So we know if it's wrong, whether we call ourselves believers or not. Even atheists know when something's wrong, right? But there is a belief that, hey, I'm doing okay, I'm a good person, I blah, 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 so I can do whatever I want because it's my path and, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so there's that. So if he can get you that way, that's good. Then he can, another way is like I just talked about. And a lot of quote unquote Christians or other religious people of different religions fall into this. Muslims do, not all of them, some of them, Jewish people, Christians, whatever, fall into the spirit of pride, spirit of arrogance, where, hey, I know God, my God is right, and you're doing all wrong, and blah, 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 and I'm wonderful. Well, there is not one good, not even one. Okay, so we all need him. Okay, so if you're falling for that, he's got you that way. And then if he can't get you that way, if he can't get you through temptation, he can't get you through pride, he's going to get you through absolute attacks. He's going to send out his little freaking minions and give you all these kinds of attacks so that you lose faith, so that you live in fear. He's going to attack your pocketbook. He's going to attack your finances. He's going to attack your family. He's going to attack your relationships. He's going to get you with maybe stuff that you've done in the past, and that, he's going to get you with condemnation. These are all attacks. Don't let it happen, okay? You know what I say? Just for today, walk in love. Help somebody out. I'm so tired of hearing, oh, well, I don't have any money. Are you sitting down in your nice, cozy house? There are people in the world that don't have a house, but they have much more faith and much more love, and they will help their fellow man before a lot of these people that say they have no money, but they're living in their nice place and paying their bills and this and that. And I'm not saying don't pay your bills to help another person. Absolutely not. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is stop with this limited mentality. If we all helped each other, there would, the world would be a much better place. I know I'm not getting my entire point across, but this is what I want to say to you today. Don't look at people that are under attack and judge them. One person comes to mind who lives in a house that's crammed full of stuff. There's so much stuff in there that she doesn't even know what she has. You could literally go shopping in her house, and she probably wouldn't even notice. Is she loaded? No, she's not loaded. She's probably mortgage poor and credit card freaking poor, But the point is, if you can go out and spend $300-400 on a vase that looks pretty to you, you can help somebody out with $20. And when you help somebody out, this is another thing. When you help somebody out, don't try to control the situation. Oh, do this, do this, do this, because you think you know what they need. This is something you need to do. You need to listen, okay? What are they telling you they need? And then another thing we do is we make excuses. Well, I don't want to help that person because obviously they're doing something wrong. Well, first of all, that's not your point. That's not your place to make that judgment. Okay? If God puts it on your heart to help somebody, you help them. You don't worry about it. Okay? I'm not saying let people take advantage of you. Every single person that lives this way is going to be taken advantage of because there are rotten people out there that do that. But that doesn't mean that everybody that needs help is rotten. It doesn't mean that everybody that needs help has put themselves in that situation. And sometimes even if they have, so what? They need somebody. They got the love of Christ, okay? Think about the woman at the well. He pointed out all the things that she was doing that weren't necessarily what she should be doing. But he didn't condemn her for them. He convicted her. He made her think about it. And then he said, look, I'm going to help you. And then he told her, go out, don't do it anymore. Could she have taken advantage of him? Absolutely. Everybody gets taken advantage of at least once, twice, 100 times. Don't let it change you. Don't let the evil of the world change you because there's another way that he gets you. You know what? If you're serving your king today, you're helping another person. And if you're not helping another person, you may not be serving your king. Go out and serve your king. Have a great day.